Hi, everyone. Happy spring to you all. It's already springtime, and I hope everybody's enjoying the sun a little bit. And we have a little bit of a lot of sunshine, actually. It's March 20, and we are enjoying this. Thank God. So I hope everybody's doing well. We're still celebrating International Women's Month because it's our month to celebrate leadership of women. Hope everybody's doing good. And most recently, we had a warm welcome, a reception for the new Consul General in New York, no other than Mr. Senen Mangalile, and also his DCG or Deputy Consul General here in New York, no other than DCG Adrian Cruz. So at the consulate, we had a wonderful time warmly welcoming him, and this was hosted by the Hiraya Foundation and PIDCI. And I'd like to show this to you. Before his stint in New York, DCG D Conjen Mangalili was assigned in London, and so let's take a look at this happy occasion. There he is. This was at the Kalayaan Hall, and that's DCG Adrian Cruz, hosted by PIDCI and Hiraya Foundation, and of course led by Nora Galeros and Deligo, and Assemblyman um, Stephen Raga formally welcomed him, and the Kayumangi Chorale gave us a very good serenade of Filipino songs and classic songs. And so you see, Assemblyman Raga uh, told Conjen, but I know he knows already that Filipinos love to party and he should be ready. Indeed. So take a look at that. Happy faces and enjoying the night. That's me. Oops, there's Chica Chica with Steven Raga and program host Dr. Arumin. So look at that. And so that's the entire uh, PIDCI and Hiraya group. And that's me and Christina, DC Pastor with Gilberto Polencia, and that's Christina and the Conjen, having fun. Tita Nieva and Jocelyn Bernal of JCI. Oops, that's me and Krian goofing. And Fernando Mendez, I Arumin. That's amazing. So the Kayumangi Chorale was very heartwarming in their rendition of songs. Yes, it was indeed a truly fun night. The Kalayaan Hall was packed. According to host Dr. Romulo Arumin, there were 65 organizations that wanted to be part of the welcome reception, but they only had to trim it down to 30 something because of space limitations. But then we had a good time, and wonderful to see friends again physically at the Kalayaan Hall. But Conjen Mangalili came to New York in January this year, and he actually first met with the members of the press, and we had the usual traditional media hour with him. And I'd like to share this excerpt of our conversation wherein he mentioned about issues on LGBTQ and red baiting, red tagging. Take a listen. Engagement mo with the LGBTQ community here, as well as the activists who are very critical with the government.
Ang ang isa pong
May continuation sa question natin.
Okay.
I've also heard na those who are critical to the government have been tagged, but identified and blacklisted.
well, number one po is ang trabaho ko po sa Philippine Embassy in Bern before I was transferred here is as a GAD officer.
Oh.
Ako po yung GAD focal point officer, and I am a firm believer that it's a person's choice to identify with whatever gender or not to identify at all. Hindi natin kailangan pilitin. Ano ka ba? Lalaki ka o babae? Hindi natin kailangan pilitin. No? So I would be very happy to liaise with the leaders of the LGBT community among Philams and to find out how the consulate can be resource for them. Ano po kami? Nandito kami to serve Filipinos, all Filipinos. And on that note, it would not be the consulate who would be tagging anyone, whatever color. Huwag niyo na sabihin red tagging lang, or whatever color tagging. We should we should start living life as colorblind people. So lahat na po yan, kasama na dyan yung racism, reverse racism. Filipinos are racist, di ba?
Yes.
You should be honest enough to
Correct.
admit that, because that's one way of starting to assert and fight for any attempts of other people naman to be racist against us. So, yung pong Asian hate crime na subject matter, I would look at it as mental health. Ano lang, yung driven by tutuloy po natin yung very close coordination with the mayor's office on how to address those things, and how the consulate can, as I said, be a resource for our community in moments like this.
Thank you. Okay, so that was Consul Senen Mangalile on issues on LGBTQ support, as well as his attitude towards the long-standing problem on red tagging among people who are critical of the government. And he said he is colorblind and he will provide service to everyone. And also he mentioned about being proactive on the campaign to protect Asians, Filipinos who are being attacked randomly, racially. So those are the major important points that we had brought up during the conversation with Consul Mangalile on the first Congen hour in January. And after that, there was a launch of the VIP tour, which is the subsequent tour to the ambassador's tour, and we had a good time. Take a listen.
Hinaharap kita, Manila, at ikay mo kay sana sa tenga. Mga chiling mo naglilipan, mga babae mo nagkagandahan. Biglain niyo ang Manila. Promise me you never let go. Promise me you never let go. Manila, Manila, miss you like heaven, Manila. No place in the world like Manila. Manila, coming home. Promise me you'll never let go. Promise me you'll never let go. Manila, Manila, miss you like hell, Manila.
There you go. That was the end part of the launch of the Very Important Pinoy Tour, which is happening in July this year in Manila, Iloilo, and Boracay. So if you want to join, I hope there are still slots to take part of this organized tour in the Philippines. And lastly, we had a conversation with Conjen regarding his plan, if ever it's going to take place, to resume the Filipino American Restaurant Week in New York, which has become a tradition. But last year it was not being implemented or done. Let's take a listen to what he said.
So kahit na may nangyari o wala, we will try for the next year to do it a better way. And we will do that continuously and constantly.
Because the community missed that last year, and we love to eat, we love to support Filipino restaurants, Filipino businesses.
Well, if you say you love to eat, I'll join you there. I love to eat as well.
There you go. So we will expect the resumption of the Filipino Restaurant Week in New York and hopefully in the East Coast this year. So that's that wraps up our conversation with Conjen Senen Mangalile, ladies and gentlemen. And so I'd like to show this to you to remind you to book yourself to a vacation in July. There you go. So contact the organizer, DOT, Department of Tourism, and Raja Tours for this particular endeavor. If you come on, join with your family and friends to enjoy the Philippines this summer. Okay, and at this point, I'd like to plug this in to Phil. Get a copy of this. This is a magazine serving Filipino Americans in New York, and this is owned and managed by my good friend, my colleague, Christina DC Pastor. And part of her content this week is what happened in February 17, most particularly, the Filipino American Cancer Care launched a community fashion show, and I took part of it. Look at that. That's me. And I'd like to thank Josie Moralidad Zeman for inviting me, and it featured the creations of Carl Andrada. And here we have it here. I'm going to show you pictures. Um, these are fashion models from the I think the city of Fairfax, I think in Virginia, and we also have our very own Excelsa de Dios, de Jesus. I'm sorry, de Jesus, featuring a elaborate creation of Maria Clara by Carl Andrada. And here, look at us. We are such a bunch during that day, February 17. And this were for the fashion show was for the benefit of 10 persons who are afflicted with cancer and fighting cancer. They were they received $1,000 each to help them in their medical needs and health needs. And also we have here my friends, my newly found friends, Maya and um, Theresa. They're donning the dark blue creation of Carl Andrada. And so what's good about this is that we're not we're not professional fashion models, but it became a very exciting one because people were given the opportunity to wear those clothes and walk the catwalk, and in support of the drive to raise funds for people who were sick with cancer. So I did that for for the memory of Nikki, my daughter, who passed on um, in 2019 due to colon cancer. And so I'd like to thank Josie. In fact, many years ago, she supported me financially and morally as well, emotionally, during those sad, dark periods of fighting against cancer. So from the PhilAm, I'd like to share the speech given by Sofia Espirito. I took a picture of Sophie before the concert. She was there. She was wearing a very, I think this is like a goddess like theme, like Greek goddess kind of dress, which is very fitting when she shared her journey. Um, she shared her journey in the fight against cancer. So she had bitten the rare form of cancer called LCH. Sophie was diagnosed with cancer at age 9 in the middle of third grade, and according to her, this form of cancer occurs in 200,000 kids. So she had headaches all day for a month, and so they went to several doctors and had an MRI to have her checked. And then it was found that she had this Langerhans cell histiocytosis. And so it's a rare disorder in which the body makes too many dendritic, dendritic cells, a form of white blood cell, and um, it's found in the skin, lungs, stomach, bone, eyes, and intestines. And so eventually, she went back to school and was treated with chemotherapy as an outpatient um, beneficiary. And then she spent time at the hospital playing and all that. And after 1.5 years with chemotherapy, she was getting better, and she was praying. She kept praying along with her parents. So she said that I cried tears of joy with the rest of my family, no more pain, because she was cancer free in July 2019. And so there was no more pricks for blood. And she was so happy that she was helped. And as a way to pay it forward, she donated 700 chemotherapy shirts to other kids um, in several children's hospitals in Long Island, in New York. So Sophie thanked the FACC, which she was also a guest of, and she was one of the beneficiaries, and to help all the others who were sick at one point in their lives with cancer. So keep on keeping on, Sophie. God bless you and keep healthy. And thank you, FACC, for your effort to reach out. You know, it's not easy to be sick with this kind of disease. This is so it crushes your spirit, but it also emboldens you to fight for your loved ones. I could speak for experience. And so that's why my heart was all out in trying to pay it forward also through the efforts of Josie. So there she is. Thank you, Josie, once again. And hope to see you one of these days. Okay. And so, you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's still Women's Month, and we're celebrating our leadership and our roles in society and making society a little better. And I'd like to thank writer Miss Marina Rubin. I got your book, Marina. Thank you so much. Knockout Beauty and Other Afflictions. And so I'd like to read the dedication to Marivir. You're already a knockout, but may you also be surrounded by beauty, love, light, and laughter. Love, Marina Rubin. Thanks, Marina. I have read the first episode or the first chapter of this book, and I intend to finish it. And so, Marina, all the best to your gigs to promote your book. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to share this conversation with Marina on being a writer.
You know, writing for me is never a choice. It's not like let's sit down and write. It's more like it's a force that needs to be
done.
Answered, right?
Oh.
So I had a lot of material in me, and these stories were just coming out, and so I had to put them on paper. I had to serve my God. This is a book about ultimately about hope and the search for beauty, and that's what it says in the description of the book, that all kinds of stuff: affairs, addictions, loss, loneliness, and ultimately hope, redemption,
Amazing.
and search for beauty.
So there you go. Thanks, Marina, and hope you get a copy of the book and be inspired. Marina is based in Brooklyn. She is here in the East Coast, and according to some reviews here, the book is insightful and often wickedly funny. Knockout Beauty and Other Afflictions is an award-nominated collection of stories of desire, damage, and human meandering. Affairs, addictions, loss, and loneliness come alive on these pages, as well as hope, redemption, and the search for beauty. So, thank you, Marina, for this. Marina was born in Vinnytsia, Ukraine, and immigrated to the U.S. in 1989. She is the associate editor of Mudfish, a 2013 recipient of the Kuheko Blueprint Fellowship, and author of the critically acclaimed flash fiction collection, Stealing Cherries. Her work has appeared in over 80 magazines and anthologies. So this book is particularly published by the Crow's Nest Books, and you can find this on Amazon and other bookstores here in New York. So thank you so much. I hope you get inspired by this book as I have been inspired by this book. Now, let's take a look at some more sponsors' words before I continue with the episode.
Ice Monkees making the scene. Pay attention if you know what I mean. Call your mama and your papa too. Hold on tight, them make some. Ice Monkees. Ice Monkees for you. Ice Monkees. Ice Monkees, yeah. Ice Monkees gonna give it to you. Ice Monkees making the scene. Pay attention if you know what I mean. Call your mama and your papa too. Hold on tight, let me make some ice monkeys. Ice monkeys gonna making a scene. Pay attention if you know what I mean. Call your mama and your papa too. Hold on tight, let me make some ice monkeys.
There you go, Ice Monkey. If you're feeling hot or if you just want to really indulge, go for Ice Monkees. It's non-dairy and it's available at the Escario Central Hotel on N. Escario Street in Cebu City. So thanks, Vanette, for introducing me to Ice Monkees. My nieces and nephew are enjoying it. Okay, so I think that's just about it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back for more of our community events and insightful guests as we continue to celebrate International Women's Month. So I hope you're having a good time this this week, this lovely springtime. It's sunny already, and so enjoy it. And let me share this with you as a closing shot. Here's a wonderful word from another empowering woman.
Society. So I remember historian Dr. Michael Colonnane. He was here during the soft opening of Bangras in 2016. We had our grand opening in 2017. So he went around the hotel and he said, this hotel is a monument. So actually, I showed him that our wallpaper contained the bio sketches from his book, Arenas of Conspiracy and Rebellions. He made bio sketches of about 200 or more leaders of the Cebu 1898 revolution. And then we got the description of his from his bio sketch for the floors, where those names also were mentioned in his book. And he said, I want to come back here and I would like to find out if history sells. And then I would say that history would sell or heritage would sell. It was, we found that even the young people who helped us in making content, they were so excited to know about the history, and they were also very excited to make content, use their talent to retell the story of our heroes, even the children.
Bye, everyone. Have a good week and see you again very soon.